Well, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for action here at Langley High School Stadium in Langley, Virginia. This is a familiar matchup. Aegean Hawks, Yinz United here in the MDCVSA Cup, colloquially known as the Virginia State Cup. This is going to serve as our Amateur Cup qualifier. These teams could be playing towards a National Amateur Cup spot. It all starts here today in this single elimination tournament. The winner of this match will face Los Toros in the final, and it remains to be seen exactly how many spots Virginia has. There is a chance, that's a big disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen, that the winner today would automatically gain a bid in the National Amateur Cup. I know that is how it works in Maryland, where the finalists both get a spot, but I have to check up on that. If you know how many spots Virginia gets and you're watching this game, let us know in the chat. Of course, we'll have to verify all of that on the website. My apologies for not doing the research. I'll get you a definite answer, at least at halftime, if we don't have one by then. But we know that it all comes through today. There's no chance of getting into the Amateur Cup without a win today, so maybe that's what we'll focus on today. Of course, it is, as we mentioned, two familiar opponents. Yinz United will wear their traditional yellow and black, and of course, Aegean Hawks will rock the all-white kit. These are two sides that have been at the top of the table for quite some time in the American Premier League. Before that, both played for years in the Washington Premier League. Two sides, a lot of history, a lot of trophies, and plenty of wins against one another, plenty of losses against one another, and that only adds to the rivalry. And something about familiarity, breeding contempt and all that, friendly off the pitch, but it's going to be an absolute battle once we get underway here. Most recently, these sides did match up in the MDV Cup. It was a 3-3 draw, but the Hawks ended up getting out of that group and going all the way to the semifinals, excuse me, before bowing out more recently. And then it was Yinz United before that who had the better in the APL semifinals, knocking off the Hawks before going on to lose to Los Toros. So that's just a microcosm of how this history has gone. Two sides, lots of history, even some national titles for the Hawks. So lots on the line. We are ready to get underway. Let us know your predictions in the chat. Score predictions, who you're rooting for, any players to specifically watch out for. We'll be monitoring the chat as best we can. We really appreciate you tuning in. If you like what you see, drop a like on the video, help others find it in the algorithm, and subscribe to the channel to see more. That said, I will get us into action as we kick off here. Again, it will be Yinz going right to left, Hawks playing left to right, and we are underway. So immediately sent back to Rosenbaum, who sends it out to his fullback, and Hawks going to knock it around. Backing over to Parr. Surveys the field. Will send one through the midfield. And it looks like it will be the Pup's turn to start something. This is Kareem Najib sending it back to Michael Cherry. Now down the far touchline to Zach. And back to the goalkeeper. This is going to be a technically one match, two teams that are proficient and holding the ball, playing on the ground, and aren't really going to overchase this game. If they do go and attempt pressure, they're going to do it together when the ball gets into the corner, and they're going to leverage their maturity, their years of playing experience, instead of having the advantage of youth and just run themselves into the ground. This one's touched out on the far side. Will be a Hawks throw. And at long last, we will see that throw sent in. Defended, and the player did run out of real estate, so we'll see Yinz throw now. This is Jose. And back to Najib. Najib will try to go long. It does trickle through. This is one that Franco Sevastano will easily get to. Sevastano puts his foot through this one and forces a defensive intervention from the Pups. Ooh, that's an errant pass. So it's find the feet of Gray. There's a late challenge. And it will be a foul coming out. Devlin Barnes is the guilty party. And Pups will play it quickly. And sent all the way back. There's Zach Nettie. Jose again driving forward. Has help. Here's one sent into the 18. Sevastano at the very reach of his 18. It's good goalkeeping. Already the young goalkeeper called on twice to come off his line. Oh, that's a good ball. Taking two players immediately out of the play. Huge tackle from the number 6 for the Pups. And now Yinz can get forward. This is Jimmy Grace finding their front man. And it will be a foul. This one sent over to the far side. Ooh, not a good pass. Ferris Tail is first to it. That's Austin Pelto moving the ball quickly. Najib is up in support. Here comes Kareem Najib. Touches it inside. Not fully cleared. Jose takes the shot, forcing a good save from Sevastano. Held on well and held on true. And now it's time for the Hawks, to see what they can come up with. Good turn from Gray, but Pelto is even better, and Gray gets a little help from his teammate who plays it all the way back to Sevastano. Nabil stepping up from his defensive duties to apply the tackle. Now here comes David Rosenbaum, forcing it to the far side. Here's Pagani. Pagani does lose out. Gray sends it forward. And now here comes Jose. Pagani will take it all the way back himself, finding his colleague, Cherry. Now through the midfield for Ferrestelo, who drops deep. Sent into the corner. And what can the Pups find here? There's a couple of options in the middle, but it's well defended. Sent in by Pagani. And Ryan Hall able to get a foot through this one. Sent into the middle. Physical play, but well tackled. And here comes Pagani again. Pagani taking it a little too far, but does get a gift right to his feet. Puts his foot through this one. Up and over, and there will be a goal kick for the Hawks. Bit of a half chance, and one that Pagani wish he had back. This is the shot from Noriega from a few minutes earlier. Well saved, well held by the Hawks goalkeeper. And this time the Hawks just going to send this one forward. Sevastano looks to put his foot through this one. Will launch it over to the far touchline. Well controlled initially by Gray, but Pagani was right there. Pagani finds Pelto, now Grace. A slight foul, but A foul nonetheless. Looks like that's Henry Mordica, a guilty party. What's up, Gio? Welcome. Good to see you keeping the chat alive. My partner, hopefully safe and sound up in Maryland. It's a pleasure calling the games earlier with you. Gio, I'm not going to lie, I took a little nap between the games. It was a very short nap, maybe 20 minutes, but we're back in action. Here's Grace trying to find a ball in for the Pups. What a ball it was, but well defended. There's D'Agostino, unable to control this one. And now Yinz will survey the field and see how they attack this one. Gio, we were talking about this earlier today, how sometimes with better teams, the game can appear to go slower than, teams with less ability. That's even more so true tonight. These are two teams very methodical. They don't chase. They don't over-pursue the game. And at times, it can make the game look a little slower. There's Mordicus touching it back. But make no mistake, there's a lot of mental work going on to make sure each player is in the right place defensively, make sure each player is finding the space, checking to the ball, opening up areas for their teammates, so everything happens before the actual moment you're seeing. This is a good ball to the feet of Ferris Tello. Tello sends it outside. Grace straight in. And Ryan Hall, right place, right time to deal with that. Finds Mordica. Again, Mordica will just lump this one forward, and Yinz happy to turn it around. Ooh, that's a bit of a hospital ball. Sent across. Rosenbaum takes it down, finds Mordica. And it's an errant pass from Mordica. So perhaps that's not the cleanest sequence of plays from either side. Now getting back to what they do well. This is Tello finding D'Agostino. And back. There's Nabil. And Noriega. Noriega tries a vertical ball, able to connect with the feet of Jimmy Grace. Grace squaring it to Pagani. Pagani has a man on the far side. This chance is a good one. Falls kindly and just into the side netting. What a ball. Well taken down by Jimmy Grace. And seemed to have Savastano beat were it on frame. Hard to know. Going to be a throw on the far touchline. Rosenbaum gives it right back. Now Mordica. Good ball forward for Gray, but it's well tackled from Cherry. Just as quickly lost. Now back to Barnes, Devlin Barnes. Receiving it, moving it, and there's a foul. Late challenge from Pelto. One that possibly bailed out the Hawks in a sense. It's getting a little bit dicey with the pressure applied in the right way, but Pelto certainly giving away the foul. This one's a ball over the top. Contested by Nabil and won by Nabil. That's good defending initially. Has to be careful. But the trouble has gone. There's a turn upfield from Tello. Pelto finds Tello. Now back to Noriega. Nabil able to find the feet of Tello with a good ball up. Here's D'Agostino back to Noriega. And Kareem Najib touching that one all the way up. What a touch from Jeremy Parr. Now Hall. Hawks have yet to generate any real kind of offense. Sometimes they're a team that can come to life a little bit slower. We saw it against Bowleys. We've seen it in the past that they start slow, but they do find their rhythm as the game goes on. Right now, there's not a lot happening offensively. The Hawks side look a bit lethargic, a bit slow. That could change. This one's touched forward. Good ball out from Kozlowski to Najib, and a foul is given by Devlin Barnes right around the midfield. Here's D'Agostino. I'm curious to know if I'm actually getting that name right. Oh, it's a turnaround, turnover. Corva's there. The shot is taken, and it's just wide. So how's that for offensive output? Let's take a look at the replay. Corva putting it just wide. Nabil doing just enough, but Kozlowski was surely beat. Let's come back to the whole reason I wasn't paying attention. That is Nathan Brown, not D'Agostino, excuse me. Nathan Brown, number 6 for the Pups of Yinz United. And this time, Yinz will elect to just go forward, not leaving any players back. And it's a good ball up. Travels through everyone. Jimmy Grace touching one for Pagani. Pagani could have been in, but for the perfect challenge from Ryan Hall, able to play his goalkeeper, who was able to get that one away from the on-rushing Pagani. Well, looks like that ball has disappeared, so make our way back into the game shortly. But it's been a long day of footy. We saw the Roland Cup semifinals. It was Registosi continuing their undefeated win streak this winter, knocking off Bowleys Athletic 4-1, and then it was a big win for Steel Pulse, defeating the powerful, always powerful Christos FC by a score of 3-1. Quite a hat-trick performance from Diarra Zumana to take the Pulse into the finals against Ristosi. Of course, Pulse will be without key midfielder Yusuf Nasiri, who picked up a red card at the tail end of that. Really a shame, as the game was already basically won. But enough on that. This is Pups trying to create something. Good challenge coming in. And now Noriega will try to fight a pass. Doesn't come off. Sent back. Still going. This could be problematic. Pups have bodies forward. Noriega was the target, but doesn't come off. Corva sends one forward. And the back pass will draw on every bit of coordination from Kozlowski, but not the most convincing pass, but the offsides flag does negate the attack. Good Good ball. Touched over to Kareem Najib. Najib finds Noriega and back. Here comes Rosenbaum finding Mordecai. And undone by Jose Noriega. Yinz trying to take advantage quickly. Will send it to the feet of Ferris Tello. Tello searching, finding the oncoming Pagani. Now a square ball. Goes over everyone, save for Kareem Najib. Najib himself looking for a recipient in the middle. Beats one man, sends it to the back post, a little overcooked. And it looks like that attack is done. Here comes Jordan Gray. Good ball movement. Henry Mordecai is clearly fouled. It's going to be a foul right inside of Hawks territory. It was Pelto, the guilty party. Here comes Mordecai again. Not quite connecting with Gray. Rosenbaum connecting with Corva. Back to Corva. This is better from the Hawks. But Kareem Najib, right place, right time, and makes the challenge. This one, not really what the Hawks had in mind, and will just be a goal kick to come. Avil finding Noriega. Now Najib over the top. Again, Pelto is the target man. Excuse me, Tello. Tello. Now Pagani. And again, the Pups just overcooking their services. And another good attack negated. This is Tello running into some trouble. Here comes Rosenbaum. And Nathan Brown able to negate that attack. Comes Jordan Cray, looking for the return pass. And now Pups playing their way out of trouble. Well received from Nathan Brown. Brown will go back to Kozlowski. Well flicked on. Pagani is there. It runs out of real estate. It looks like it will be a Hawks throw on the far side. One sent back to Ryan Hall. Hall Back to par. And up top. Well, one. Maltello sends it back to Brown. Nervy affair at the moment. Neither side wanting to give up the first goal and kind of feeling one another out. Here come Yinz United. Looking inside, finding Tello. Good early service from Najib. Tello will play one on the ground. Right idea maybe, but not the execution. And now it's Corva. Finding his man in the middle. Good turn to find Mordecai, but Mordecai couldn't release it in time. Does well to win it right back. Mordecai back to Rosenbaum and Gray. Shouts for a handball, not given from that range. Would be a harsh handball. This one's flicked on by the Pups. And across, well controlled by Brown. Brown needs to get rid of it. Able to find Cherry. And another errant pass. There's Nabil. Good step there from Parr. Can he take advantage? He's able to find Mordecai. Mordecai driving into space. It's sent over and huge letdown. The numbers were there. Is this unlimited subs? Really? That's crazy. They got different rules in Maryland for the Amateur Cup. I feel like it's not. I don't know it. Because it's part of a larger cup competition. Well, I'm the cameraman today. Nope. Not getting involved in this. So it is unlimited subs, in case you're wondering. Allegedly. But we will see the entrance of Deshaun and Idrissa Cisse for the Hawks. For the Pups, Nolan Rodman. I believe that's Philip Gershman. Good overlapping run from Rodman. Back to Noriega. Noriega's ball was a hopeful one, but one that had very little chance of success. It's contested in the middle. Rosenbaum. Not sure what the target was right there. There's Noriega. chances there. And good cleanup, good mop up from Nabil. Big ball up from Hall. Well played back to Kozlowski by Najib. And Kozlowski will find Rodman. And there is a foul. Going against the Pups, right about midfield. Right now, I'd have to say Yinz been slightly the better of the two teams. This one will be offside, but we've seen a few really strong chances from the Hawks. Maybe I shouldn't say the better of the two teams, but it does feel like Pups have had the lion's share of possession, marginally so. This one is dispossessed, now sent into the corner for Pagani. Pagani taken down. A really nervy moment for the Hawks. I think we're going to take another look at that one, and there's going to be some very strong appeals for a penalty kick. No VAR here, so onwards we play. Here's Devlin Barnes. Now Rosenbaum threading the needle. Return pass is offside. Let's take a look at that replay. I'm curious to see what our audience thinks. All hands, of course, all over Pagani, and to me that's a penalty, but of course we don't get the full picture from here. Our center official, John Lloyd, is right there on it. Maybe both players had their arms on each other, and in that case, I think it's a harder one to call, especially if the player, the perceived aggressor, is kind of just holding on to push back the hands that are on him. There's mitigating circumstances, so benefit of the doubt and all that. Onwards we play. Pagani sending it inside for Rodman. Now Noriega playing a beautiful ball into the corner for Najib. Najib plays the early ball. Oh, it's not initially held by Savastano, and it is mopped up by the Hawks back line. Take a look at this nervy moment. Here comes MDCVSA, taking out and replacing Corva. Now Connor Wharton is in for the Pups. Shot taken, and Wharton almost finding an early tally immediately after his substitution, just sending it a little bit wide of Savastano's post. From Savastano, sending another big ball into the midfield. Initially won by the Pups. Now Pagani. comes Najib. Swinging it back to Cherry. Now Gershman. Good ball movement from the Pups. Now Noriega looking to find Connor Wharton, and the pressure does enough. Good turn from Garrett Levy, but not able to get too far. Will be another throw. Noriega touches it forward. Rodman doing really well to find that ball and then send it forward for Wharton. Wharton felt he was pulled back by Devlin Barnes, but no harm, no foul, says center official, and just a very slight consolation prize of a throw. Looks like Kareem Najib may try to send this one into the box. Ooh, it was a good last-minute adjustment to instead find Rodman. Welcome, Tim. See you in the chat. Appreciate the kind words. This one's sent in. Pups had a couple of flash chances, but not able to take advantage of any of them. Here's Noriega. Not finding anything. Johnson working hard. Maybe left the ball behind him. And now it's the Pups. Noriega again, here in 35th minute. Has been, by my calculation, a bit of a slow start to this match, but I think just one goal opens things up. We'll start to see more risk-taking from both sides, or at least from the side who concedes. Here's the slightest of touches from Kareem Najib, who's quick back on his feet. Nabil is there to help. Levy sends it back. Barnes into Hall. Now Rosenbaum. Now Cisse. Hawks patiently trying to build something. It's good shoulder-to-shoulder involvement. And Cherry comes out on top. A nervy ball. The hospital ball only leads to further complications for the Pups. It's back at the feet of Rosenbaum, who lofts one in. Now forward. Parr wins the first ball. Second ball sent forward for Pagani. What can Pagani find? Squares it, begs for a finish, and there's the golazo for Yinz United Pups. Jimmy Grace on the tail end of it. And what a counterattack for Yinz United. A crucial time here in the 37th minute, right before a big substitution. Let's take another look at this replay. Good ball down the line. Pagani really helped to architect this play. He forced the goalkeeper to commit, and then squared the ball at the perfect time. All credit to Jimmy Grace for staying onside. So many times you see it, pull the attacking player, get too drawn forward and go past that line and negate the entire attack, but Grace showed patience. And now a ball is very much in the court of Aegean Hawks. How will they respond? We talked about this just a moment ago. One goal should open this one up, and I think we're going to see much more, much better from the Hawks. They have a way of just digging down and pulling something deeper from themselves when they've been in these situations before, and we'll see if that's the case today. After a somewhat lethargic start to the game, here's Rosenbaum to send it in. Rosenbaum will send it in the direction of Cisse, certainly a player who can make things happen, although not on this occasion. And now we'll have a throw for the Hawks. Good strength. Cisse plays it back to Parr. Good initial win from DeBeal. Barnes tried to win the second, but couldn't. Here comes a good ball forward for Jimmy Grace. Grace looking to take it around Parr. And just the slightest of touches. Now Grace slow rolling it into the path of his colleague, and at long last, the Hawks are out of the woods as Savastano able to intervene. Here's Cisse. Now Pelto losing his feet and getting the call. Wasn't so sure about that one, but let's take another look. Well, this is the wrong replay, but let's take a look anyways. Pelto got a good connection to it, but it was blocked, taking the sting out of that one, and now we're back underway. Gershman trying to find Pelto, but instead it's the Hawks. One pops straight up in the air. Pagani able to find Brown. Now Nabil. Good strength there from Pelto. Looks like Wharton will step off. On comes Tello, returning to the fray. And Kozlowski will send it in. '41st minute. And Yinz still holding on to their lead as we have about 4 minutes left to play in this half plus the stoppage. See how much the Hawks try to force the issue. Here comes Tayshaun Johnson streaking down the near side, sends it forward. Not quite able to connect. Kozlowski had the confidence to find Brown. Not a good ball out. Here comes Cisse. Can he make them pay? Sends it across. Still there. There's the golazo for Johnson. Really, Yinz United, the architects of their own demise there. But all the credit to Cisse and, of course, to Tayshaun Johnson for capitalizing on a sloppy play out of the back. And we will see these teams leveled up at 1 apiece here at the tail end of this half. Let's take a look at this replay. Initial poor ball out. I believe that might have been Levy who sent the initial ball in. We'll have to come back to that, but regardless, it was a Tayshawn Johnson goal. Here comes more pressure from Johnson. Gershman takes it around Rosenbaum. Is there a final word to be said in this half? We'll find out. Sent down the line. Nabil getting the better of that. Here comes Brown. And up. Good challenge to send that away from the streaking front man. Brown sprays it over to Kozlowski. Now Tello. There's Pagani. And Tello loses out. Good challenge from Levy. Final minute of regulation in this first half. Rosenbaum trying one forward, but it's well played. Cherry just sending it back to his goalkeeper. Kozlowski will send it on a line up top. Pelto gets the first touch. We can't hang on, and now Levy will send it outside. Challenge that seen as a foul, and Pups will have to drop back. This one sent into the corner. First ball won. By the Pups. Oh, bad ball out from Brown. Here comes Sala. Taken down by Brown, and ref deems it to be a clean challenge. Like Cherry will go big with this one as we're into stoppage. No reason to take any chances. Pelto in the vicinity and can't hang on to it. Comes Pelto. Finding Tello. Good battle in there. Pelto still going. I was surprised to see that one, but and that is going to be the end of the half with Yinz United and Aegean Hawks level at 1 apiece. It was the Hawks who went down early. Bit of a sluggish start, but they did respond well. A strong goal capitalizing on the Pups' mistake from Deshaun Johnson, whereas for the Pups, the goal scorer was Jimmy Grace, who found a square ball from his teammate, Zach Pagani. 45 minutes left to separate these two sides and send one on to face Los Toros and possibly on to the National Amateur Cup. We thank you so much for joining us here on DMV Sports Media, live on YouTube. As always, drop a like on the video and help others find it in the algorithm. And please, please, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all of our live broadcasts. We have both of these teams covered throughout the APL season. And, of course, many, many more across various leagues, competitions, and cups. We are going to take our break, our union-mandated break at this halftime. We'll be back in a few minutes for more here live on DMV Sports Media. Just one quick word. If you have a local business or organization looking to increase your visibility, we are looking for partner sponsors to pair with us for the upcoming year, upcoming seasons. We have different opportunities available for video ads, sponsor call-outs, image graphic overlays, social media engagement, and more. So reach out to 443-916-9708 or dmvsportsmedia@gmail.com to become a partner sponsor. We'd love to partner with you and your organization. With that said, we're going to take our quick break, and we'll see you after the half.
Justin Mock. I'm the founder of Effortless Electric. We came up with this idea thinking about the fast approaching adoption of electric vehicles and what's the best place to charge. We believe that's at home, and we want to make that process as easy as possible. We're a full service installer. We're going to make sure you have the right charger for your car and the right charger for your electric system at home. We'll answer your questions and make sure you're getting the fastest charging available. These are high voltage, high amperage chargers. You really need to make sure your installer knows exactly what they're doing to have a safe charging experience at home. We're here to answer those questions. Make sure they not only get the right charger for their current car, but if they're going to switch cars in a few years, that this charger they have installed is going to be future-proof and ready for their next vehicle.
We've got a great relationship with Effortless Electric, who has provided several systems for our consumers, and we've got rave reviews from those referrals that they've done a really great job. We wanted something we could have some control over, be able to turn on and off for our cars. It's been a big help to us. So the reason why we chose the company was the knowledge of not just the electrical side of it, but our vehicles, our customers' needs, and our needs from a business standpoint. And they're able to guide us into selecting the right stations, but also making it really simple for our customers to make those decisions at home as well. They've done a wonderful job with our customers, and they've got nothing but great things to say about how they were treated, how professional they were, and just great to do business with.
We are the electric vehicle charging professionals. This is what we do. This is all we do. So if you're interested in having charging installed, we'll come out and give you an effortless estimate, let you know exactly what it's going to cost, make sure you get the right charger installed for your car in your home. So I'm Justin Mock. I'm the founder of Effortless Electric. We came up with this idea thinking about the fast approaching adoption of electric vehicles and what's the best place to charge. We believe that's at home, and we want to make that process as easy as possible. We're a full service installer. We're going to make sure you have the right charger for your car and the right charger for your electric system at home. We'll answer your questions and make sure you're getting the fastest charging available. These are high voltage, high amperage chargers. You really need to make sure your installer knows exactly what they're doing to have a safe charging experience at home. We're here to answer those questions, make sure they not only get the right
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half of the MDCVSA State Cup semifinal. Aegean Hawks, Yinz United is underway. We'll get right with you in just a second. Give us a moment to get our audio sorted out. This one's sent into the corner. Hawks will play Savastano, who is quick to look for distribution, but only finds the feet of Nabil, and now it is back to Cherry. So we saw Yinz find the early goal, but it was their own mistakes that did lead to their undoing at the back. Mistake playing out was squared to the middle, and then Tayshawn Johnson, the late substitute, making an impact and scoring the goal. This is Johnson turning And a holding up play. He had an overlapping run from Hall, but elected to hold on to it himself. Here's Garrett Levy finding Idrissa Cisse. Cisse will switch the point of attack. Maybe didn't get enough on that pass. And now it's back at the feet of Cisse and the Hawks. Parr over to Salah. And Savastano. Will launch it up, not really finding anyone, and now it's Nathan Brown finding Noriega. Kozlowski couldn't quite get to that one, and now the Hawks can get players forward. For those just tuning in and curious, this cup competition, the MDCVSA Cup, serves as Virginia's qualification path to the National Amateur Cup circuit, which starts at the regional level after state level and then progresses to a Final Four nationally. In Maryland, Das Bierhall and Christos will be the representatives. I'm not exactly sure still how many representatives Virginia gets, but it's clear that one of these teams must progress from today, and then either the winner of today's match would get a spot or would have to face and beat Toros in the final for a spot. So ball forward for Grace. Is there a second for Grace? A good strong hand from Savastano. Sees that one up and over the post, and we will have a corner kick, but not a bad effort from Jimmy Grace, taking the chance on and putting it just under the crossbar, but strong stave, strong hand from Savastano. Sends it away. This one sent to the back post. Nabil was there but couldn't direct his header. Second bite at the apple. It's sent across. Here's the service. Pelto trying to make something happen. He may inadvertently have done so. Here comes Pelto. Sending it across, and would have been well within his right to try to make something happen himself. Instead, look for the unselfish ball. Levy finding Gray. The overlap is on, and the flag is up. Just waited a little too long to make that happen. This one sent into the midfield. Good challenge from Levy. Comes Pelto finding help in the form of Teo, but Hawks did well to neutralize. Now it's sent forward. Again, it's Pelto. Now it's Noriega. Well, didn't make this decision quick enough, and now we'll have to get back as Tayshawn Johnson, utilizing his speed, his acceleration to go end-to-end, sends the early ball in. First ball doesn't connect. Second ball does. It's a Corva. And now could be the Pups' turn to counterattack. Jimmy Grace leaving out an errant foot and putting in another challenge. We'll see. The player is okay. And we are back underway. Hall sending a good ball through, but Cherry was there. Good little turn there from Tayshawn Johnson, and inch by inch getting his team up the field. This is Hall to deliver the throw. Hall's ball innocuously travels into the side netting, and well, looks like it took a touch, so here comes the corner kick. We're shaping up for a quote-unquote photo finish to this one, so feel free to share this link with anyone who might enjoy. This one's whipped in. Still there. Great save off the line from Kozlowski. The second ball a little bit overcooked, and now Sala will keep it alive. Here's Mordecai running into Brown. Grace turns it down the line. Here's Najib up from his fullback role and will draw the foul. Quickly played, but referee not satisfied with the spot of the take. Good ball. Rather good idea, but it was behind Kozlowski. Hall will send it forward. Now Barnes. Hawks will take their time, figuring out the best way to attack this Yinz United side. Here comes Hall, sending it down the line first time. Oh, good idea from Hall, but Mordecai just a little bit behind that one. Hall. Working hard, winning it back is Hall. Gray. Can he find a service in? He cannot. It does force a corner kick. So now Hawks able to get bodies forward. They've looked good on the set piece. Can they convert? See a couple of new faces, new bodies into the chat now. I know it's late, but this is a good, important game, and it should be a close game heading in. If you're still with us, feel free to make yourself known in the chat. And it will be whipped in by Johnson. Good delivery. First touch comes from a Pup's header, and now it's Pelto turning his man, finding grass to run into. The return pass was initially the intended target, but Tella did well to slow his roll and come back. Now Noriega controlling the pace. Barnes. Sending it down the line, but can't get it past the Hawks man, and now a set piece for the Pups. Looks like Najib will be the taker. Lots of bodies into the mix now. Here comes the service, lofted up high, sent back across. Still alive. And that one not quite what the doctor ordered for the Pups. Central. Now Corva can break, has help with him, but needs to beat the first man and does. The options abound, but really well defended by Nabil over on that far touch. Here's Hall. Parr looking for the big ball instead. Can't get it past Grace. This is a game that has slowed down quite a bit in pace. We need a spark to reignite it. We'll see who is able to provide that spark. For now, it's another ball played out of bounds. Najib sends it in. Here's Noriega. Back to Cherry now. Kozlowski. Good ball forward. Lots of space there, and Nabil able to get there first. And there is a foul coming out. Comes a big ball up in the direction of Pelto. And it's still alive, but the foul is called coming out. Neither side happy. Pups feeling hard done that the foul was called in the first place, and of course the Hawks demanding the card be shown for the accumulation. Noriega. Now the ball is sent in. Grace, and there's another goal. It's Jimmy Grace back on the score sheet. 2-1, finding the advantage. Beautiful ball in from Pelto. Jimmy Grace doing the rest. And what a game we've got on our hands. Let's take a look at this replay. I don't know how Pelto found that ball through, which just seemed to evaporate through the back line of the Hawks. Maybe permeate was the right word. I don't know how it got through, but it did, and then Jimmy Grace, he did the rest, finding a way past Savastano from point-blank range. And once again, the ball is in the court of the Hawks. How can they respond? As always, they are most dangerous when they are down. They seem to just go into a different gear. And will this be a lead that the Pups can defend this time? Plenty of time left as we march on into the 64th minute. 26 minutes left to play. Here comes Hall, sending one in to the back post, and that one is a bit overcooked. Not a bad ball, but it seems like both sides have been over-hitting their services today. I'm not sure if it's the field. Maybe it's the warmer air. It's not as cold as it's been. I don't know, but it seems the ball's really been flying up and over today every time they try to find one into the box. Well flicked on by Noriega. Parr. Well, fine Corva. It's a battle between Noriega and his counterpart, and it's a battle that is won by Noriega. This one's sent in. Nabil, no-nonsense clearance. As Levy touches it out. Appreciate the kind words. Peter and Buffcase, welcome. See you, Buffcase. I hope you're prepared and ready for the upcoming season we got. Busy time coming, as I'm sure you'll be covering those UPSL matches for Bridgeport, excuse me. And it was indeed a good goal, Tim. Game, respect, game. Now let's see what the Hawks can find. Took a final touch off of welcome, Lucas. Cheering on Henry Mordica. Suiting up for the white. Suiting up for the Hawks tonight. He's played well. Maybe he can contribute to them. Ooh, that's not a good moment. But gets a little help. Here's a good turn from Mordica. How's his vision? Does find Corva. And Corva will go back. This one lumped up top. Easy win for Cherry. Now Jordan Gray. Mordecai able to send it over for Ryan Hall. Hall looking for options, and to his credit, didn't have a whole lot on the board. Just likes to take the throw. Cisse will flick it forward, but Noriega is there, and again, Pups just clear their lines. One touch back. Now forward, Pups send it over to the corner. It's Connor Wharton taking on Hall. And in. This one will travel past everyone, and goal kick to come. Not a bad idea from Connor Wharton. On come the Yinz substitutes. It's good to hear Buffcase focusing on the high school games. Looking forward to seeing. Are you looking to, or have you already partnered with any specific high schools? I'm looking forward to see them. And if so, will you be doing it on your channel or theirs? Feel free to text me if you don't want to put it in here, but congratulations nonetheless. This is Pagani. Cherry now. Sending one up into the corner. Now it's a chance for Hall to start the attack. Mordecai working hard and checking. Sent into the midfield. There's Levy getting a touch on it. Cisse. Levy. Barnes, he got ball, but that was a risky challenge. He went straight through, studs exposed, and got a lot of the player. Kareem Najib, let's take another look. That one just didn't feel right. Watching it in real time. Yeah, kind of an out of control challenge. It doesn't really matter if you win the ball. You make up your own minds though, watching that one back. It will be a set piece for the Pups. Both players are all right. And it's sent into the corner. Good physical battle, and it's a battle that our ref says, our center official says was won by illegal means. Hawks incensed by that decision. A little bit of extracurriculars. Let's take a look back. There were hands over the player, so you can't really say there was nothing there. It wasn't the most contact by any means, but the player definitely had hands on the back. We will see a service now from Tello. Near post. Ooh, that was a nervy ball, but Sevastano able to hang on. Rosenbaum will step on to give Mordecai a little respite. And for the Pups, it's Pelto coming off. And Nathan Brown stepping on. Comes Hall, showing good strength, sends it up, and wins a throw. Physical battle in there. Onwards we play. Pagani keeping it alive. Devlin Barnes will try to find a ball into the corner. Kind of a hopeful ball, but it's one that's really well dealt with. Good passing from the Pups. Here comes Najib. Now Rodman. It went from something that was really good passing to putting themselves under unnecessary pressure, and now it's the Hawks' turn to try to build something. Garrett Levy running out of real estate there, and it will be Yinz throw over on the far side. That's awesome, Buffcase. It's good to hear. I'm sure they'll really appreciate that. The live streams, top quality live streams for the high school teams. I know that's certainly something I would have thought was cool. And I'm sure we'll get quite a bit of following from that. A lot of individuals who will love that modern way of watching the high school games. Lots of students, lots of interested parties, fans, family, etc. Here come the Pups. Tello looking for a shot, and there's the third goal for the Pups. It's Ferris Tello converting and putting an extra exclamation point on the lead for Yinz United here in the 74th minute. Deeper hole for the Hawks. Let's take a look at this replay. It was a bit of a mistake in the midfield, and a mistake quickly capitalized by the Pups, who counterattacked with speed. We need to see a response in the next 10 minutes from the Hawks. Bring this game back within reach, heading into the final five. Good turn there from Rodman, who sends a great ball forward. It's Grace. And Tello couldn't quite round the corner. It will be a goal kick to come. Savastano quick off the mark to send it over. It's helped on by Rosenbaum. Now Johnson. And Dougherty makes the challenge. This one's played over to the far touchline. Najib looking for his colleague, not finding it now. Could be an opportunity for the Hawks to commit. There's Brown. Another couple of switches for the Hawks. Alex Lohman stepping on. And Salah. This one sent into the box. Adjusted back. Kozlowski quick off the mark. Kozlowski will go forward with the drop kick. Not quite finding his mark. There's Nate Brown. Great work from Grace. Now Pagani will send it forward, up over the top of the Hawks back line. Jimmy Grace beats one man, still going. And there's going to be a foul going against Ryan Hall just outside the 18. An opportunity for a service for the Pups. Here in the 78th minute. Take a look back at the foul. There's a couple of comings together between players, some of them in the box. So in some respects, Hawks fortunate that the final contact was outside the box. Here is the service, back post, begs for a finish. It's saved from point blank, and it will be another corner from the other side. Savastano, don't know how much about this he knew, but did well to get to the spot and make the save from about a yard or two out. There comes the service, whipped in on the far side. Hawks clear the first ball. Tello sends the second one out. Dougherty. And that attack stalls. Here comes David Rosenbaum switching the point of attack. Beautiful ball for Tayshawn Johnson. That's just who they want with the ball. So much speed and acceleration, but maybe not the right decision on where to go. I think he had more space on this near side. That is well won back by the Hawks. Here's Cisse back to goal, looking to distribute. And just a little off the mark with finding Salah. Good pressure here from the Hawks. Digging deep and finding the pressure and the work rate that's required. Meanwhile, Yinz will try their hand, sending one all the way into the corner for Rodman to get on the end of. Pagani wants this one. It's sent in the direction of Pagani, and a flag had gone. Right idea, just a little late on the delivery. One sent over. Just a little bit over the reach of the near side Hawks man. Looks like Rodman will step off, and on comes Pelto. Oh, this one bounces over everyone. Here comes Grace taking the early shot. What a save from Savastano. He caught himself, feet not quite set, and did really well to spread and send this one away. This was a mistimed jump from the first man. What a save, forcing the corner kick. Here comes Tello. Playing the short ball. Dougherty plays the second one in. And Hawks should be able to break. Kept alive well by the Pups. Now Cisse darting, trying to find an option. Good ball forward. Susei again looking for options. We'll send it back. And now Hall down the line. Good turn from Johnson. There's Parr. Looking to find where the space exists on this attacking motion. Here's Salah back to Parr. And Hall has Johnson, if he's able to find him. Good pressure there from Grace and Pagani. And again, Hawks able to reclaim it. There's a big ball forward. Miscommunication between Cherry and Kozlowski, and fortunate that that was just a corner kick. Not a comfortable moment for the Pups. Here comes the service. Tayshawn Johnson put into a dangerous area. And the Pups send it up and over, so another bite at the apple for the Hawks. Sent in, Hall putting in a dangerous piece, and now Hawks will go back. This is Franco Sevastano finding his colleague on the far side, but pops first to it. Ball floated over the top. Abil first to it. Now Brown finding Pagani. Pagani still moving. Somehow that one squirts all the way through to Feristello. Is this the moment for Garrett Levy? Levy sends one through, takes a slight deflection. Brown is there, but nervy moment at the back, and now the Hawks will reset it. Here's Parr. Now Hall. Ball drops all the way into the corner, and Kareem Najib should see that out and will. Welcome, Peter, into the chat. It's good to see you. Thank you again for the kind words. I feel like I remember who you are. Are you associated with the Midwest Media Soccer Network? Is that right? Or am I totally off base? Regardless, welcome. Here comes Ryan Hall. Now Rosenbaum. Immediately swarmed by yellow shirts. That's Parr. Intervening to great effect. Sending one through, but shouts for a handball, not given, and now it will be foul. Comes the big ball into the corner. Not much time left. Still, Yinz United leading by a score of 3-1 here in the 87th minute. Just about 3 minutes and change plus the stoppage left in this one. You never say never, but the probability is dwindling here for the Hawks. I imagine we'll see a late burst of action The Hawks have to take more and more chances. Kozlowski will just lump this one forward. Good step from Brown. Good little sequence there, but Johnson doesn't quite have the space he needed to run into. There's a late challenge there, and Levy is the guilty party. Let's take another look at this foul. Pelto did well to put his body on the line and get rid of this one. Now Cherry will dish it over for Ferstello. There's Brown. Pelto not quite connecting. What is the way forward for Hawks? How do they find one right now? Just seems like Yinz have their number. They're perfectly positioned to stop any alley through. Pagani will chase this one down in the corner, but no, not going to get there. There is delivery into the 18 from Pagani. What a ball it was. Now Rosenbaum sending one up. And that will take us into the end of the 90, so we're just into stoppage time now. It would take nothing short of a miracle to see this game into extra time, but this is the world of sports we're living in here. It's not impossible. There's a delivery. Pagani gets there. It will be a goal kick. Well, one initially. Pagani wins the second ball, sends it back. Pups happy to control this one. Oh, good little footwork. Bring out the Olays for Nate Brown. Still going. Now touched back. Having a little fun with it now are the Pups. Stello undone by Levy. Pelto driving, getting it back from teammate. What a save from point blank range. Pelto almost adding another tally, but Franco coming up big with the split save. I think this will just about do it. We certainly appreciate it, Peter, and looking forward to checking out your channel on our Instagram a little bit later. I haven't gotten to give it a full look, but I saw a request come in. So thank you for the support. We'd love to have you subscribe and tune in for more games. We got lots coming in the spring, as I'm sure you have a full schedule yourself. This is a ball forward from Yinz United. Hall sends it outside. And Sala can't hang on. Here comes Pagani taking it in. And again, Franco Savastano coming up big. Sent over the top. There comes to nothing. Still we play into the end of the 93rd minute. Hall still going and fouled by Brown. Certainly a foul, and it will be a set-piece opportunity for the benefit of Aegean Hawks. And it is a yellow card for Nate Brown. It's who else but Tayshawn Johnson to deliver. Does have a scathing delivery in his repertoire. If he can put this one bent in across goal, could see an extra tally. It is sent in, well punched out from Kozlowski. I don't disagree with that choice, just playing it safe. A lot of bodies around, a lot of movement and pace on that ball. And that will see the final whistle. Yinz United Pups advance victorious by a score of 3-1. They will take on Los Toros in the finals of the Virginia, or rather the MDCVSA Cup final. The winner of that match will advance onto the Amateur Cup, the regional sequence, and potentially onto the national sequence. We will do our homework and find out if there are 2 spots or 1 for Virginia. If so, both those teams may advance, but one thing is certain, the Hawks Cup run ends here, but the good news is we'll see them in just a few weeks, or maybe less than that. I've checked my calendar, but APL spring action underway, and of course we will have coverage here live on DMV Sports Media YouTube. So thanks so much for your support, ladies and gentlemen. We're really looking forward to the spring seasons getting underway. We got everything coming, APL, MSSL, Virginia Super League, of course, Maryland Division I and II, the UPSL, then later the USL2 and NPSL seasons during the summer will provide some extra late action. And we will be covering a U.S. Amateur Cup in this area, at least the regional play. So lots of reasons for you to subscribe. And if you enjoyed this one, we'd love if you drop a like to help others find it in the algorithm. So thanks so much for your support. We are tuning out for tonight. We look forward to the next one, and we'll see you there. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.